Hello, knitty friends. It's been a bit. Hi, I'm Adrienne. This is my podcast called Tryllacraft. I am from London, Ontario, and we got lots to talk about. It hasn't been that long since I last podcast. On top of it today, I'm in a different location in my living room because I have too much stuff to show you. Okay, so things are good. Today's the last day of my vacation, so I have been really good. I only worked 2 out of the 12 days that I was off, so that's a pretty good vacation for me. I'm pretty much screwed when I go back to work tomorrow, though, because I have so much work to do. But that's tomorrow. Right before I went on vacation, the weekend before, I had this brilliant, crazy idea that I needed to cast on all the socks. So that's what I spent my vacation doing, is casting on all the socks. So that's what we're going to do today. It's going to be a sock parade. So the first one I'm going to show you, we're just jumping right into the knitting today. I'm too excited to talk about anything else. My beloved goat bag, as usual, from Evertote. So this is the only sock that I worked on that was already, the cuffs were already cast on, and I actually worked on the sock itself. Everything else is a cast on. All right, so this was a double cast on. So I've got one that's got the leg and the heel done. The other one, I've done the leg and I'm just about to put in the heel, another round or two. So this one's making great progress. So this is, apparently I can only handle one sock at a time. I'm not coordinated enough to do anything else. So this is the Intelligent Eagle by Timber Yarns. So I'm super excited. It's looking really, really good. This morning I'm podcasting a little later, or recording a little bit later than I normally would. Normally I do this at like 6 or 7 in the morning. It's 8:30 now, so I'm slightly later, but that's because I did major surgery on my sock. I don't know how I did it, but about, sorry, it was this side, about 5 rows in, or 5 stitches in on this side, about 5 rows up from where the cuff was. Random rogue purl stitch. I'll put in a picture. So I actually had to like drop down 50 rows so I could fix it back up. But you can't even tell, so I'm pretty freaking proud of that. Louise would be so proud. So yeah. So that's the big one that I've been knitting on, that I'm actively making progress on. Everything else is just ridiculous. All right, let's start casting on socks. So first one, it's in my Drunken Night bag. Aren't they cute? Drunken Nights. So this is, the yarn by Super Crafty Girl. I'm not even sure if she's still dyeing. That's a good question. Colorway is I'm Not Really a Mermaid. So lots of fun pinks and greens and blues. Yeah, I'm really loving that one. One. This is really, really subtle one. So this is a Leo and Roxy one. So this was I think it's February 2019 Sock of the Month Club. So it's got this really light, sorry, it's all blowy outy. A really light yarn with a like pink and a greeny gray kind of speckle to it, with this gorgeous, gorgeous greeny olivey mini. So I put in just a hint, and then I'll do the heels as well in that green. So love me some Leo and Roxy. So that one is good. I'm gonna go through these pretty fast because I literally have dozens of them. Bra, panties. This is from the Knit's Best Thing. So this is a colorway called Dumbledore's Favorites. It's by a Homespun House. This was a Harry Potter Yarn of the Month club that I was in a while ago. So yeah, I'm really loving that one. More Leo and Roxy. This is a self-striping. They normally don't do self-stripings. This was right back at the very beginning of when they started dyeing. They did a handful. I managed to get one, and then I watched their podcast, The Little Red Mitten, the other day, and both Carrie and Jolynn had pulled out one of these self-stripings. I'm like, oh, I have one of those. I have to cast on. So this is a colorway called Delirious. It's nice, big, fat, thick stripes, which I really, really like. You don't see a lot of these like 3-color, 4-color fat striped ones that often anymore. People have gotten all fancy pants and do like 24 colors. Don't get me wrong, I love those. I got lots of them. But some kind of more traditional big fat stripes is really nice too. All right, what else is there? Ooh. Got me a little moose bag. This is one, I don't have a lot of solids in my, or mostly solids in my sock collection. So this is Allegria. Oh, now you're going to want to know the color name, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. Ooh. Okay, so this is Manos del Uruguay Alegria in the velvet pincushion. That's the green. And then the mini is actually by Lolo Did It in the colorway Fairy Pool. So it's just a really nice browns and greens and little speckles. There you go, that's better. So I'm starting to add some solid socks to my collection, so that'll be really nice. I like me some green. I don't knit with green very often, but I do like it. Speaking of green, these are a pair of socks. I average about 1 pair of socks per year that I gift. I have 3 gifts on the needles right now. It's crazy. So this is one. This is Hazel Knits. Oh, now you're gonna have to ask me questions again. There you go. And they're artisan sock base. Hazel Knits. In the, ooh, can't read that. In the color Sherwood. Nope, never mind. Sherwood. And so I also have a little mini to go with it. I don't even know where this might be a hedgehog mini actually. Pollen maybe. So yeah. So these socks are for my brother. So look how big that sock is. 72 stitches. So that one's for my brother. Yay. Another bag. Whoosh. I know, my sound effects, I can't make them go away. Ah, this is another one of my solids. Although it's not going to look solid at the moment. So, I've added some stripes, but that's just on the cuff. So the blue is a lichen and lace. Wow, it's beautiful. I love this color. I have no idea what color it is, actually. I do not have a ball band because I did not buy this yarn. Louise actually bought this yarn. Louise is not normally a blue yarn knitter. and I don't know why. She was doing some multicolored thing and she started it, and then of course wasn't quite her jam. So I'm like, I'll take that off your hands. So I scored it. And so what's with it is a mini. I don't know where I got the mini from. It's really cute. It's by Lazy Living Fiber. Never heard of them before. Oh, there we go, Lazy Living Fiber. I'd never heard of them before, so all I got was, so I'm assuming someone had a full skein, used it, and gave me a mini's worth. It's called Throw Me Something Mister. But it's quite a nice, lots of rich burgundies and golds and tiny, tiny, tiny little pops of blue. And that's why I put them together. So, yeah, it's all good. So that'll be another mostly solid sock. This is actually a second sock. Look at me go. I cast on all my second socks as well. So this is the craziness is Leo and Roxy. I can't remember what month it was. It was one of their Yarn of the Month clubs. Yeah, it was Crazy Pants. And then the solid colorway with it is, I think it's Boysenberry by Sweet Georgia. So I already have a sock done in that. So you can see how Crazy Pants it is. But I happen to like Crazy Pants, so we're good to go. So yeah. See, they're never ending. It's just ridiculous. Like, this is already like 6 or 7 minutes of just socks. And I've got a ton more to go. So, another River Totes bag. This, again, is another second sock. Isn't that nice? So, the main color is Life of the Long Grass in Fortune. And the solid purple accent is a mini from Red Sock Blue Sock called Grape Jelly. So look at me being all fancy with the stripes. I love socks. Just saying. Just saying. I love socks. So it was actually really fun. So not only did I cast on a bunch of new socks, but I also cast on all these second socks. So it kind of reminds me what's kind of in there and, you know, waiting in the wings and almost ready to be a pair in my sock drawer, and it's super exciting. Well, this is another, this was a gift from Margaret. Thank you, Margaret. This is another, it does not look like what it's going to look like. Do I make sense? Probably not. So this is Dream in Color Smooshy with cashmere, I think, in the colorway Aqua Jet. Let's see if I can find some tags for us. There we go. Dream in Color Smooshy. So this was from a shawl I did ages and ages ago, and so I've used the rest of it for this. And the main colorway that you can't really tell is actually, I can do this, I can do this. Desert Vista Dye Works in the colorway Cinder Zombody. So it's one of her trademark Zombody colorways. So I've already got one finished, so I'll show you that one because it makes way more sense than what I've got started. So that's what it'll look like. Lots of great speckle and blues. So yeah, cast on my second sock. So hopefully what I'll do is I will intersperse finishing first socks with second socks so that I still get like total finishes happening, but lots of diversity. This one is one that you've seen semi-recently. I love batiks. So this is Stranded Dye Works, the Amy Florence company. This is a sock blank, my very first sock blank, in the colorway Nave Watercolor. And so I finished the first sock recently. So you may remember I had the abrupt change that I was like, ah! Backside looks much better. Anyway, so I've cast on the second one, so yay me. I'll just keep working away on that one. And more. I told you, there's a lot of freaking socks, people. This one also, second sock. I'm a liar. I'm a liar. Look at that, empty needles. I have a first sock done, but I have not cast on a second sock. We're gonna have to change that. Put that in the to-do pile for today. So we're gonna go cast on another sock. I could have sworn I'd cast them all on. Don't like it when I'm a liar pants. I don't know why I don't like it when I'm a liar pants. I do it all the time. Mostly because I can't remember diddly, but anyway. So look, an entire basket of socks. That's what we've talked about. And there's another basket to go. These are mostly new cast-ons. So this is a sock by Scrumptious Pearl. The colorway is called Frostbite. So it's just a lovely little self-striping. I don't know if I've actually cast on. I own quite a few Scrumptious Pearl yarns, but I don't think I've ever actually cast one on before. It's a problem. I do that all the time. Pretty bag. This one is, I like this one. I can't wait to get this one further along. It is just like so vibrant. I love it. So this is a Rainbow of the Month from I think June 2018. It's called Summer Lovin'. It's by Knitterly Things. It's another Knit's Best Thing day. Dawn and I both love teal, so every time she puts up something like this, I'm like, I'll have one of those. This is a pretty special yarn. So this is by Timber Yarns, but it was a collaboration with the Codependent Knitters, Lisa and Dawn, and this is the Codependent Knitters colorway. So it's, of course, beautiful grays and blues, and beautiful. I'm so excited I finally got around to, like, look how pretty that is. Oh, it's just full of the gorgeous, full of the gorgeous. So I'm really looking forward to getting this one. I'm looking forward to them all. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? But yeah, making progress. This is one of the new bags I got from my friend's mom. And this is a pretty special yarn too. I know, they're all special yarns. This is an Old Oak Yarns colorway. So it's called Velvet Shadows. So I had no idea how it was going to stripe up. It's actually turning into micro stripes, which is super cool. But yeah, I'm really Really digging that one. I actually have quite a few of my own yarns that I kind of, ooh, that's really pretty, and kind of grab one and tucked it aside. So I really need to start knitting more of those because I like them. We're almost done. A few more. This one I didn't cast on recently. You probably would have seen this one. I don't know if I'd finished knitting the cuff at that point in time. So this is some yarn that was given to me by a friend that I tried to teach how to knit socks, and she decided she did not like little needles and little yarn. So she kindly gifted the yarn back to me. So I've cast it on. And I have no idea what yarn it is. She is not a keeper of ball bands like I am. So it's just a really nice blue variegated yarn. Whoop. So this is a Sweet Georgia. So this is another gift. This is Sweet Georgia in the colorway Windswept. So the lady that made me these lovely bags, I said that I would knit her a pair of socks, my friend's mom. So I cast them on. So funny, I had knit a pair of socks for her daughter, my friend. And so she tried them on, and she, people always think that knit socks won't have any snugness to them. I don't know why, but she's like, oh, they're a little tight. And I'm like, actually, you know, wear them for 20 minutes and they'll stretch out. People don't realize the stretch that we'll have sometimes. So I decided, make her happy. I actually cast on a 68 stitch cuff. So it would be a little extra givey up here. And then as soon as I got to stockinette, I decreased down to 64. So it actually has the nice snugness that you really want in a sock. And besides, it's a gift, so if they don't like it, too bad. And then, okay, so this is the last one. I just finished casting this on yesterday. I should know who this... I wish I knew. This bag doesn't have a label, but it's so pretty. So normally I like drawstring bags for my socks, but this one kind of matched the colors, so I was like, must use. So, this one I actually did a double cast on. And look how perfectly matched those tails are. They're a little longer than I would like, but at least they're the same length. So, oh, fingers work. There we go. So I have 2 cuffs, identical. So this is actually a mustache yarn. I have lots of mustache yarn. I've never knit with it. So, mustache yarn in her perfect sock. So it's self-striping that's done in 2 skeins, like a lot of people are starting to do, which is nice. And so I was able to get perfectly matched socks. So the colorway is called Beauty and Her Beast. It's a surprise, surprise, Beauty and the Beast colorway. That is not good enough representation. So it's 4 color families. There's a blue, a yellow, a pink, and a green, and each one has 3 shades. So I have managed to knit the blue, and I'm just starting on the yellow. So these are nice, 12 striper. So yeah, so once they get a little farther along, they will match the bag better. Look, another empty basket. So I had actually written on Instagram I put up a picture of the 2 full baskets. I had totally forgot that I put some into the bag that I usually keep for podcasting. So when I want to remember what I've done, I put everything when I finished it or when I bought it, and I dump it into a bag so that I remember to talk about it. And I had forgotten that there were several new cast-ons in that bag. So when I did that picture, it was actually incomplete. So it turns out that I had 18, 19, 20, I had 22 socks cast on, plus a spare emergency needle, plus 2 more needles that were already being used for fingerless mitts. So that is 25. I thought I'd have 25 sets of 2.5 millimeter circular sock needles. And then I also have 3 sets of 2.5 millimeter DPNs, 1 set of 0 or 2.0 millimeter DPNs, and another 4 2.0 millimeter circulars for emergencies if I want to use a smaller needle. But I really do like just the 2.5 millimeter. So I have one set of needles that are so far not cast on. And it's interesting. People are like, why don't you just cast on? I'm like, but they're for emergencies. Like sometimes you just don't know when something's going to show up on your door and you like must knit now. And so I did get some acquisitions. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll cast that on once I show them, blah, blah, blah. Well, I kind of put in an order for somewhere else this morning. And there's one of those that I'm just like absolutely gaga over. It has to go on my needles immediately. So these will wait until that yarn comes in. Okay, let's talk about yarn I bought. So I popped down to one of my local yarn stores, Little Red Mitten. When I was in Ottawa visiting my family a couple weeks ago, my middle niece sat down and had a chat with me about knitting and asked for something very specific. Like, if they would just say, will you knit me something? No, I'm not knitting them anything. But if they can be really specific about what it is they want, then I'm happy to knit them something. So she specifically said, would you knit me a hat? I'd really like it to be orange. And I went, oy. But I happen to see on Leo and Roxy's Instagram page, they put up this colorway. It's called Creamsicle. I know, it's like, it's so bright. It's so bright. And so I'm like, my niece would love that. But I can't do an entirely orange hat because that would just make me crazy. And I happen to know that my niece loves teal. So I got a hold of Leo and Roxy and I got them to give me some, I bought, oh, it's all blowy-outy today, some white with it. So I'm going to do an orange hat with white and blue, a couple white and blue stripes, just to tone down the orange a little bit. It'll be mostly orange, like I will respect my niece's request. So yeah, so now I can cast this on. Now that most of the socks are cast on, I have to rectify that one. And then I also picked up this. I don't normally buy the more commercial yarns. That's not normally my go-to. But most of my friends have knit this colorway of Arnie and Carlos. So it's Regia, Arnie, and Carlos colorway. And it's, I don't know, it's just really cute. Colorway is 03768. But it's super cute. So it's in my collection. It is safely mine. I will cast it on eventually. All right. I fell down a couple times recently, as I am wont to do. So I ordered from a Canadian company called Sea Turtle Fiber Arts. And I got some self-striping from her. She does everything. She does more than just self-striping, but this was some of her self-striping. So this is called Blues Clues, and it's just woo, woo on the eyes. But it should be really cute. And then this was the one that originally caught my attention, and I was contemplating casting them on the needles, but it might wait a little bit longer. It's called Feisty. So it's stripes of gray with stripes of like pink and blue and purple speckles. It's very cool. Looking forward to this one for sure. And I might have. So this one is not my fault. It's totally not my fault. One of our lovely viewers, you know who you are, messaged me on Instagram, and she's like, "Oh, I love how much you love self-striping. Have you ever heard of Area 51 Fibres?" And I'm like, I think I'd heard the name, but I'd never really seen their yarn. So I was like, "Oh, that's great, haha. I'll go check them out. Thanks so much for the heads up." So I went and looked at them. No, seriously, I'm an idiot. I'm fully aware. I know that I have no willpower. So of course, I went to look at the website, I fell in love, and multiple skeins came home to me. So Area 51 has a range of Harry Potter colorways, and you all know that I'm a sucker for Harry Potter colorways. So this one is called Hagrid. Love it. The browns, the golds, and that dark turquoise. Oh, I love it. Love it. This one is called Sirius. So again, that rich plum and that dark turquoise with the brown and the black. Oh, this one I really want to knit soon too. I don't know when, because I have 22 other socks on the needles. Sometimes I am dumb. That's okay. This one is called Bellatrix. So it's got multiple shades of purple, some gray and black. Gorgeous. Area 51. And then the last one is not a Harry Potter colorway. It's a totally ridiculous colorway. And seeing it knit up is so much cooler than seeing it in the skein. So this is called Rainbow Bright. So it's like a stripe of white and then a rainbow and then a big stripe of white and then another rainbow. But it's all the Rainbow Bright colors, which is very rainbowy. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I just can't say no. I should say no, but I don't. So yeah, that was my sock parade. It's a lot of socks, people. It's a lot of socks. But I'm really excited to knit them all. Like, really excited to knit them all. So it'll be fun. All right, that's all I have. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and watching all my socks and stuff like that. I was gonna wait to do this, but today is the 1-year anniversary of Toka's passing, and I needed something happy to get my morning started, and so talking to you about socks, that's something happy. So thanks for that. All right, I'm gonna go knit some socks. Love you lots. Bye.